Welcome back, everybody. It's time to look for new positions and track some more transactions, so let's get right to it.
Hello, welcome back, everybody. Here we are on part two of the video series. We started off selling a cash secured put on Apple, and now we are here. We are simulated a week later, and we were assigned on that cash secured put, which means now we own 100 shares of Apple. And what we need to do is go over to the web application and track that transaction. And before we do, normally in a live account, over in the account statement, you would actually see that assignment that happened and the dollar amount that it happened for. And you could use that to go over to web application and track it. But I'm going to show you in the web application how it handles a lot of that for you. Here we are back on the web application, MyATMM.com, and we are setting on the performance tab. We want to go over to the cost basis screen. And the only stock ticker we have in here is Apple, so that's showing by default as the first one. And we want to go down to the puts because we sold that cash secured put. So here it is. We did it on November 3rd, and we are simulating November 10th, the following Monday, and it was assigned. So what we want to do is the result. So what we want to do is click on this result drop down, and we were assigned. So we're going to click assigned, and it puts this new row down here for us. We want to make sure since we're doing this virtually, we want to change and correct the dates because we were assigned on the 10th. And this will be a buy to open. We're buying the stocks. It was one contract, so we're doing 100 shares, and the strike price was 270. So that puts us at our assigned total of $27,000. So what we're going to do now is click on submit. When I do click submit, it's going to add a record to the stocks position and play up here. And it will not delete this record by default because I keep it on the screen in case you want to make some adjustments. You can submit again. This puts the control in your hands solely so you can delete it when you're ready to. So what you would normally do is click submit. And as you can see, it added to here. And now that I've submitted that, I will go ahead and delete it. I'm just saying it doesn't delete it by default. You actually have to click delete and then it's gone. Just to keep it safer for you guys to make any modifications that you need to as you're working this. In any case, you can click stocks to expand that and you can see the assignment entry right here with all the details. And something else we need to do, um, when I clicked submit on the assignment, it didn't add the proposed record down here. What you need to do is come up to stocks and click save, and that will add the proposed record. And this again is just a helping staging area. I mean, there's nothing that forces you to use this. You can actually come down here and type whatever you want, enter whatever you want here, and add the transactions manually yourself. This is just a helping staging area. And as you can see, there's no commissions or fees because usually on assignments in Thinkorswim with Schwab, there are no commissions or fees on assignment. I believe over in Tasty Trade, I believe they used to charge you $1 or $5 fee for assignment. So it is possible to get charged for assignments in other brokerages, but Thinkorswim does not, or Schwab rather, does not charge you that fee. So now that we have that record down here, we can click here to copy and do the calculations for us. It is a stock type. Then we click add transaction. That'll add it to our permanent transaction history. And you can see it's a stock type. And now if we scroll back up to the top, you can see we own 100 shares. The cost was 27,000. The current value is 24,804. And this may or may not actually be accurate because this price is pulling live and we are working in a simulated variation of this right now. So that's not actually accurate. It's priced today as of January 25th. So anyway, just keep that in mind when we're looking at these values. But the stock gain or loss, the unrealized loss in this case is 2196. Again, this is showing the premiums that we've collected over this entire time, which is just that one cash secured put that we sold. And now we can see the cost basis. Something to make note of, technically your cost basis is really this cost basis with premium because it's whatever you paid less any premiums or dividends or whatever else you've collected over time. So this is probably technically your true cost basis. But I keep track of the cost basis based off of what you bought or sold the stock for because I view the premium as profit, or if you're wanting to live off the premium, you can't really be treating that as your true cost basis that you're selecting strikes off of, because if you use that, then you are not making anything. You're basically breaking even. If you constantly are using this for your strikes, you're essentially breaking even. Yeah, which kind of, in my opinion, defeats the whole point of even doing this. So I always base my strikes off of this cost basis because the premium is what I am, banking on or living off of, or whatever the case may be. And then cost basis with puts is going to be the same because there is no puts in play right now. So let's go back over to the dashboard to see how numbers have changed on the dashboard. So again, we have the deposits there. The brokerage, as you can see, has gone down because we bought the 100 shares of Apple, so that brings our brokerage balance down. Basically, that cash and sweep that I was talking about, it now is reflected in that because you actually purchased some stock. So as you can see, it shows the stock value, or the stock cost, sorry, of the 27,000 and the stock value. So we have an unrealized loss of that amount. Again, that's because it's basing today's stock price off of that compared to this virtual one that we're doing. Total premiums we've collected and the total capital left. And again, you go to the positions tab and you can see all that reflected. Now the Apple is showing 100 shares owned, and it's showing, the 3 different cost bases, values, and our unrealized loss, and the number of transactions we've done. And also something cool it does is it shows you the percentage of your account. So right now this position is making up 26.93% of the entire capital that we have available. So that 100,000, it's taking up 26, or basically 27% of that total amount. Over in the performance tab, again, 2025, we can see it's still hovering at that 0.53% because we haven't collected any. I mean, just because we bought the stocks doesn't change the fact that we haven't, made any more money on our capital. So it's still setting at the same. So in the next video, I will go over what we do from this point, selling covered calls on the position. And I actually also will sell a cash secured put. So I play both sides once I'm into this, and track both of those, and you'll see how that increases the premium and the performance and all that other good stuff. So until next time.
I want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and go out today to MyATMM.com and get your free account so you can start tracking your own transactions. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.